COP29 just wrapped up in Baku. But first, what's COP? It's the conference of parties, an annual UN meet where nations come together to tackle climate change. While this year's summit wasn't really a massive success, there are still some global climate wins worth celebrating. You're watching The Good News Show, and in this episode, we bring to you 5 awesome stories from around the world. What if I told you humans just had a 20-minute conversation with a humpback whale thanks to AI? Off Alaska's coast, scientists played a recorded humpback call underwater. To their surprise, a whale named Twain swam up and started responding. For 20 minutes straight, Twain circled their boat, matching the timing of their calls like they were chatting. Now, this is the first time humans and a humpback whale have spoken using the whale's own sounds. The team behind this experiment hopes studying whale communication can teach us how to detect signals, whether from the ocean or outer space. Because if we can chat with whales, who knows what's next? Indian Railways is all set to test its first hydrogen-powered train this December on the Jind-Sonipat route in Haryana. A big step towards greener travel and a net zero future by 2030. Here's how it works. The train uses hydrogen and oxygen to produce electricity, with water vapor as the only byproduct. No emissions, no pollution, just clean, efficient travel. Hydrogen trains are not only eco-friendly but also quieter, more energy efficient and perfect for trains without electrification. With 35 more hydrogen trains planned by 2025, Indian Railways is changing the game. So, are you ready to take the train to a cleaner future? Japanese engineers have created a wooden satellite called LignoSat, and it's set to launch in the summer of 2025. The goal is simple: to see if wood can actually survive in space. Usually, satellites burn up when they come back to Earth, releasing tiny particles into the atmosphere. But LignoSat is made from magnolia wood, specially tested to handle space conditions. This mission is also a test for using wood as a renewable material for future space exploration. Space is actually great for wooden satellites since there's no oxygen to burn it and no creatures to rot it. With so many satellites being launched these days, could wood be the next big thing in space tech? Scientists have found the largest coral ever recorded deep in the Southwest Pacific Ocean. Now, this mega coral isn't just one single coral, but a collection of tiny creatures that work together as one big organism. And it could be over 300 years old and even bigger than a blue whale. The discovery was made by a videographer on a National Geographic ship exploring remote parts of the Pacific to see how climate change is affecting the ocean. The team used an underwater tape measure to check its size. And guess what? It came out at a whopping 35 meters wide, 32 meters long, and 5.5 meters high. Unfortunately, corals everywhere are struggling as the oceans heat up because of climate change. These incredible creatures are home to all kinds of marine life. Could this discovery inspire more efforts to protect and preserve our coral reefs for future generations? There's a tiny neon green plant called duckweed that grows in water, and it could help feed the world while using less land and less water. Companies are finding creative ways to use it, from adding it to meals for extra nutrients to turning it into egg-like products and flavor boosters. Duckweed has up to 45% protein, which is way more than most vegetables. Plus, it grows super fast, doubling in size every 1 to 3 days and can grow all year long. Could this tiny plant be the future of sustainable food? Which story from this episode is your favorite? Tell me in the comments. And don't forget to tune in every Friday at 8 p.m. only on our YouTube channel.